MBA करने में वो मजा नहीं है जो MBA को हायर करने में है. तो
Hello everyone, welcome to another session of In Conversation with Bright Minds. And today we have with us Ms. Dimple. She is the co-founder and director at MarksMan Healthcare. She's a dynamic professional with 15 plus years of domain expertise into healthcare, insurance, and investment banking. She's a proactive leader and planner with expertise in tackling issues in result-oriented approach and building long-term profitable client relationships for generating repetitive business. Welcome to the show, Dimple.
thank you so very much. And I would really like to appreciate Arzu for creating such a platform, for the bright minds, for the young minds, and for the youth, who's coming up now. Definitely, they will be inspired by seeing all your sessions. Yeah. So I really appreciate you for all your efforts.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dimple. So, Dimple, tell us about yourself, how you began your journey and, how you became a founder. What was the journey till becoming a founder?
So I'll say that the journey from employee to entrepreneur was really, really exciting, and how it all happened. So I'll just go back and we'll start from my college days, So it was like irony to say that I did not get any campus placement wherein, my college was supporting and giving, 100% campus placement. So it was like really, really exceptional. And I was disheartened. I was like, totally shallow during that time, so there was like nothing, there was like no hope. And it took for me an year to get a job. So I went to Bangalore, and like a regular job seeker, I was seeking my job. So but then I guess I was the only one in the whole college of my batch. I got a chance to work with SAP, which is System Application and Products, which is world third largest MNC by market capitalization, So that was from there, this whole journey actually started. And I would say, and post that, there was no look back, So I got a chance to work with SAP. I worked there for 4 years. Then via Headstrong, I got a chance for multiple clients like Singapore Exchange, Australia and New Zealand Bank, Royal Bank of Scotland. And then my last company as an employee was Ernst & Young. And then I got married, and that's how I'll say that. But I'll say from a seasoned software engineer with a decade of experience. By that time, I was holding 10 years of good, software corporate experience, I would say that. And then from there to becoming a founder. So my journey unfolded within my husband's company. So MarksMan Healthcare Communications Private Limited, which is known as with this name right now, was MarksMan Healthcare Solutions by that time. And I'll say that, as unlike other couples, when they meet during their courtship times, so they are like hanging with each other and having happy times. But then, what we used to do, we both used to sit in a cafe and we used to solve his business problems. And I will say that, when you are like running your own company, there are a lot of loopholes. There are a lot of things what you need to see. And there are a lot of verticals in a company. So you can start from the accounting, then financial projections, then business development, repetitive business, strategy planning, financial projections, then, HR, hiring good talent. So there are lots and lots of things, what you need to see. So just when I was solving these problems, I was solving his problems and was wearing many hats at the same time. I never realized that, founder in me got into existence. Yeah. So that's how the journey was from employee to entrepreneurship was. And it was truly exciting. I'll say that I addressed challenges head on, evolving into a visionary founder. This path defined by resilience and resourcefulness, that's very, very important, continues to unfold, painting a landscape where obstacles fuel innovation and success is a melody of dedication. So one thing which I would like to say that, when you become entrepreneur, that one thing is innovation, which like comes with you because every now and then you are solving problems. And while solving problems, you come up with some solutions which maybe, they don't exist ever. So that's how, innovations comes into place, I would say. Yeah, so the journey has been really, really exciting.
Okay, I get. So, you know, as tell us something about your company. As far as I read about it, it is completely into the healthcare sector. So, what exactly does your company do, and does that align with the earlier roles that you were taking, or is it completely a different new role?
See, I'll say that earlier I was into investment banking, and right now we are into healthcare sector, and we are completely a research consulting organization. The domain is health economics and outcomes research, and which is quite niche here in India, and we are the pioneer. We are the first one in India who has come up with this concept. Yeah. So when it comes to so we do a lot of medical writing work. We do a lot of systematic literature review, meta analysis, network meta analysis. Medical writing. So I can say that, so whenever the product or the molecule or any medical device which is coming into the market, in a layman term, I'm trying to make you understand. So, the kind of research which is required before these molecules or medical device or a medical product which is coming into the market. So a lot of research is required about the pricing, about its survival, about its sustainability, for how long medicine will be having its future, so all such things. So we do health technology assessment. So we do assess the technology as well as the services. So these things what we do before these things are coming into the market. So that's what we do. And I guess very few competitors are here in India who have come up with this after us. And yeah, so I'll say that. But yes, these things are nowhere related to what I have done it before. And so the reason I'm saying that, while solving these problems, while realizing how many new things are there to learn and to grow, yeah, that's how the entrepreneur, a founder in me came into existence. Yeah.
Right. Yes. So, usually, whenever we talk about a founder's journey, there are multiple highs and lows in the journey. I mean, it's not always a good time to be in, right? And there are times when you feel, especially, when I started being a founder, I know that there were times when we were working till maybe 1 or 2 a.m. in the night, and there were times when I thought that weekends are also not mine. This is not the way work should be done. So, what were your points, melting points, your lows as a founder, where you thought that maybe this is too much, too overwhelming to be in?
See, I'll share that because it's an exciting journey. So definitely there are a lot of challenges as well. It's not like, everything is hunky dory in the, entrepreneurship. But then I'll say that for our employees, we really, really emphasize on having a work-life balance. But when it comes to us as founders, trust me, we get really excited when a new client is getting added or a repetitive business is coming from the existing client. So these are like that gives us highs. So sometimes it happens wherein we are just sleeping and we got a chance to check our email and we both get up, even in the midnight and see the project area, so that's the level of excitement we do have. And low side, I'll say that there are times when we are working like 16 hours in a day. Being founders, we really, really work very hard. So there are times when I say that, yeah, it's like too much because it's consistent now for a few days and I really need a break. But then irony is, even when we are going for a break, we carry our laptops along. Yeah.
True, that
Yeah.
happens with
So,
founders.
yeah. Yeah.
I can connect. Yes.
So yeah, it's like, MarksMan is our first child, and then I got my another two. So you can't separate a child from a mother, right? So that's how a job of a founder is. Yeah.
I absolutely agree. So, you know, I mean, give us some figures, if not if not exact, how much your company makes, and where do you project yourself in the next 5 years?
Oh, see, when it comes to the numbers, I'll be very honest. I will not be able to share on social media platform because our podcast will be shared across, YouTube or maybe Twitter and LinkedIn. So Well, so our competitors will get to know the numbers. So, let's get to a hold over there. But when it comes to the cash flow management, I'll tell you one thing. Being a successful entrepreneur, what is important is you really, really need to have a better cash flow management. And why it's required? Because it gives you that freedom, it gives you that security. Okay. And in our ways, I'll say why we need that, because we do a lot of innovations. And when I'm saying that innovations, we do conduct a lot of events on, India level, on national level. So event like iPass, in mass, so these things require a lot of investment. It requires a lot of collaborations. It requires a lot of business engagements, and a lot of your time as well. A lot of time, efforts, money, resources, everything is required. And you will be able to take out all such things when one thing is you are doing your cash flow management, which should be right in place, and second is time management. These two things are very, very important, along with financial management for sure. Your financial projection should be in place. And when you ask about the numbers, then one thing I can tell you about, at least for 2 years, we have that security with us, wherein even if, we will not get any business for next 2 years, we will be able to sustain with our employees. Yeah. So that is the thing.
Got it. So, very recently, this has been, I mean, not recently, the last few years since the startups have come, we always hear startups of burning money, burning money. And I think so that's something that you relevantly pointed out, that cash flow management is very important. And most of the startups, they end up burning, especially their investors' money. And I was recently reading this article which talked about how much money Paytm had burned. It's still burning, but its initial years were full of this concept. So, do you ever think that you would need maybe an investor coming into your business, or the way of expanding should be by taking more stakeholders into your business, or would you want it to be within the family?
See, I'll tell you something. When it comes to burning the money, then what me and my husband, we do believe in, we do believe we are not here to absorb everything, all for us. Because when we are creating something, then why we are creating? Because we want to make an impact, to the society, for the society. When we would like to make a difference, that means we would like to give it back to the society. So how we do is, we also take, our salaries. We are not like, we are founders, so we can consume as much as we want. So we have given, we have defined a line for us, how much we can withdraw. Apart from that, whatever we are having, we do take care about the employee welfare, employee engagements, how to give them bonuses, how to give them, variable pay, or, how to arrange offsites for them. Or sometimes we do, as I said, that, we do CSR activities. We do a lot of innovation. We do when it comes to, we do conduct a lot of webinars, so that we are giving back to the society. Now, when it comes to burning money or getting an investor in place, I say that, we really don't want any investor, because we are, we are financially secure, but we really would like to have a strategic partnership. And when I'm saying that is strategic partnership, that means in case if somebody can come up with their expertise to, invest in a company by their experiences. So that is something, because we don't mind diluting a bit of our shares, but then it should not be just, we can't dilute for the sake of money. We will be diluting only when we will be getting strategic, investment in place. Yeah, so that would be my say on this.
Got it. Okay. So, since it's been a time that you started this business, I would want to understand, when did you feel this point that now is the time when we have finally achieved something in this business. So, for example, for me, I would define that the moment I got my first client is when I thought that now people finally know us. This is the time when finally we have achieved something. So, which was that point in your business when you thought that, yes, this is what I was striving for, this is what I wanted to achieve, and I have achieved it?
See, I'll say that when people start noticing you, noticing about your work, noticing about your company, because you are the brand for your company, because people are trusting you. People are not trusting your company. Okay. So when they have the trust in the founder, then they have the trust in the services. Okay. So I'll say that for us, it's like every day's job. It's not like we have still achieved. We have, achieved and we are done here. It's like it's the journey. Still, there is a lot to achieve, in this journey on this path, and we are still in this journey. I'll say that. But then, even small victories, small winnings are victory for us. Supposedly, in case if we are conducting a webinar, and so for that, even a first registration, that makes us really, really happy. So we do celebrate small wins. So if that happens, we both get really excited. We go to, some tapari and we celebrate with the lemon tea. Yeah. So these are the small things which we keep on doing just to keep that excitement alive in us. But then I'll say that there is no hard and fast rule. You have achieved this and it's done here. It's like every day, it's every day's journey. There are a lot of challenges. You solve one problem and you feel that, oh yes, this is an achievement. Yeah. When it comes to monetary aspects, I'll say that yes, we have a target for us, how much we need to achieve on per year basis, how much we need to achieve, till 5 years, for the next 5 years. So we have those targets in place, and by God's grace, we are able to cross that targets every year. Yeah. So that's the kind of success or financial stability or the security we can feel that that's around us. Yeah.
Got it. So a lot of people, they feel that, when you go ahead and you start a business with your partner, it sometimes is riskier also, right? It may impact your relationship. So how do you ensure that work remains, if at all remains, separate from your personal relationship? How do you ensure that the two go hand in hand and still be separate?
See, it's a very, very good question when it comes to couples who are working together. And trust me, it's a beautiful journey. The way we are, giving upbringing to our own children, the same way we are giving upbringing to MarksMan. As I told you, MarksMan was known as MarksMan Healthcare Solutions before, and we have renamed it as MarksMan Healthcare Communications Private Limited. So how it all happened, and many people, they warned us in the beginning, couples, they should not do business together because their relationship will be on stake, and you guys will be separated in case if because there are a lot of challenges, ego challenges. But then one thing I told my husband is, in the beginning itself, I told him, see, now when we have decided to work together, let's keep one thing. We will be keeping our ego aside, and we will be keeping MarksMan as a target for everything. That should be our focus. So whatever, either your decision or my decision, that should be in the favor of the company. When, when everything is in the favor of the company, then your ego, that subsides. Yeah. And that's how, we tried to do that. And he also agreed to my point. And I would say that so far, yes, there are challenges. There are difference of opinions. They do come into picture. But then again, we go back and think that, in case if we'll be taking that decision, so will that be in favor for our company, or will that be, satisfying our personal ego? So, and then we take whatever is required for the company. So far so good. And yes, it has been exciting journey to work with my partner. And as I said that, I told him one thing, see, MarksMan is our first baby, and then I got my other 2 kids. So now we are having 3 kids. Nurturing them together is a target for us. So we don't mix things. Yeah. So when we are taking care of the company, we do take care of the company together. When it comes to the parenting, we shift our roles and play our part over there.
Got it. So, women, especially when they're pregnant, they're going through those months, crucial months. They have to manage their pregnancy along with, as you're a founder, along with being a founder and playing a role at. It's a dual job that you're doing together. How were you able to manage the two things together, especially with 2 kids around? How do you ensure that you have time for both the worlds?
I say that God has been really, really kind. I got my kids during COVID times, and they both are like very close when it comes to their age. They just have 20 months difference. So they are like twins, more or less, they act like twins. So that is one thing, because during that time, we couldn't travel. Earlier, we used to travel like 8 months in a year for our business expansion, and after these, once they have come into existence, and again, we have resumed our travel because COVID also got settled down. Now, when it comes to pregnancy and working together, I'll say that, this is the same thing what I communicate to my peers, my employees as well. If we keep ourselves busy, then we don't feel that there are so much happening with our body. So we keep this thing also aside because your mind is busy working. And you will not believe that being a founder, when I was getting into literally in the delivery room, I was processing my employee's salary during that time. And my mother-in-law was telling me, you should really, really rest. This is the time wherein you really need to concentrate on yourself, and you should not work so hard. But I was like, Mama, it's fine. I'm comfortable doing that. So let me do that. But then I'll tell you, these two things are, in case if you are keeping these two things separate, and in case if you're busy working, then you don't even realize that when it's all happening and when it's so much happening with your body, you are able to take it up. As I said that, during my first pregnancy, I used to sit on the couch and I was literally working 16 hours in a day. And I traveled all across India for my business meetings, for conducting events, because Mumbai is the pharma hub. So whatever events we do conduct, we go back to Mumbai, so from where we started MarksMan. So we go there and we conduct all the events. So in my 8th month as well, I was there in Mumbai and I was conducting in mass over there. So when there is a will, there is a way. Yeah.
Got it. I truly agree with what you mentioned. One last thing, Dimple, before we end the session. What would be your message to the women who are there in colleges, who are there, in offices, in organizations, in corporate, but who want to start their own business? One, suggestion, one tip you would want to give them as to how they can become a successful founder?
See, one thing, the first message what I would like to give, I guess, 2 to 3 messages. Because as per my experience and being a mother, being a founder, and being an employee as well in the past. So first message I would like to say that, give 5 years to everything. So what is this 5 years thingy? So even when you are in the college and you are in the process of starting your career journey, then, give 5 years to your learnings. Don't think about the money, because money is the byproduct. So just, follow your dreams and money will follow you. So this is what I have done, because when I started my career with SAP, I just wanted to start my career with a multinational company, but I never knew that, what that company would be and how much that company will be giving me, how much package I'll be withdrawing from there. But then the whole idea was I wanted to learn and grow. So even when I was like switching my job, my dad told me, why you are switching? When you are sitting in just one company, you are, getting more weightage. But then I told him I really need to understand the corporate politics, because when you're working for different sectors, different people, different, diversity of people, minds, and region wise also. So I got like quite rich experience when it comes to even the overseas experience. I got a chance to work in Waldorf, Frankfurt, Singapore, Australia, So when I worked with different mindset of people, I realized that, how the whole corporate industry and the mindset is working actually in this industry. So it's very important to give 5 years when it comes to your career. Second, even when it comes to the relationship, you need to be a giver. It should not happen, wherein you are just expecting what your partner is doing for you. It's your time to give in the beginning. So in case if you'll be a giver, instead of just expecting things in return, trust me, that trust building will be there, that relationship, that bond will be there. And so that, harmony will be there, I'll say that. And when it comes to the kids upbringing, again, 5 years, give 5 years to them. And post that, I guess they will be a bit independent. Yeah. So, but then that 5 years is very crucial for their upbringing. So that is that 5 years concept I'm following for everything. So that is my first message. Second, I'll say that, coming out of your comfort zone. Never ever try to get into the comfort zone and feel that, okay, this is it, I have achieved this much and this is sufficient for me. Because we are giving a limit to our our targets or a limit to our dreams. We should never do that. In case if we will be expanding our horizon, in case if we would like to achieve more, we really need to give that message to the universe. And trust me, universe is listening to us. Universe is giving us those directions. He's creating those, pathways for us. It's just that we really need to strive for it. We really need to work hard towards it. It should not happen. We have taken a dream and then we are like, hi, yaar, universe, we have given the message to the universe and now this will get manifested. It doesn't happen overnight. So it's a journey on which you really, really need to keep on working hard and going out of your comfort zone. So never ever settle for less. And one thing I'll say that, MBA करने में वो मजा नहीं है जो MBA को hire करने में है. So as a founder, I'll say never try to settle for less. Yeah. When you are hiring good talented people, then you are buying time for yourself.
Got it. This thumb of 5 years, I just found it very amazing. I loved this rule. I have not read it in any of the book. I'm not sure where you found it from, but it's an amazing rule.
No, this is my own origination. This is not copied. This is my copyright.
Then you should
Because
go ahead and
I
get
have
published somewhere.
Oh, okay. So I'm the author as well. So yeah, I'm writing a kids book series wherein I have portrayed my own kids. I'll be sharing those details with you. So, from employee to entrepreneur to a mother to an author, it has been a fantastic, fun-filled, exciting journey, I'm having. But then I'll say, yeah, this is my own copyright. Yeah.
That's good. I think this is something that everyone should learn from you. And even I will try, and I'll try to implement this rule in my life. Thank you
That's
so much
lovely.
for your time, Dimple. It was a beautiful session. Very rarely I find sessions so interesting that I indulge in them for long period of time, and I just want people to keep speaking and telling me different aspects of your life. And this was one such session where I have learned so much new things, and I think that this is going to be very, very insightful for the younger generation who want to go ahead and thrive as a founder.
Wow.
So
I'm really grateful for your words. And I'll say that, Arzu, your questions are quite amazing. Those are like quite, which through which, I could relate to it and I could share because of my experiences. So in case if I'll be able to, inspire even, one of the candidates out there, so I guess the job would be done. And so the reason we have gathered here. And thank you so very much for creating such a platform. I really
thank you so
appreciate for
much
your
for your
efforts.
time, Dimple. I hope you
Thank
have
you
a
so
good
much.
weekend. Although being a founder, but still, I hope you get time for yourself and enjoy the weekend.
Oh, yeah, I try to because I'm having my toddlers around. So I
Right,
definitely try to make a work-life balance. So
right.
whatever possible at my end. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you for your time, Dimple. Have a good day.
Yeah. Thanks for lovely conversation.